like a middle schooler that's just learned how to draw cartoon animals, and they watched a shit ton of Boomerang, Hanna-Barbera when they were growing up, and then they were like, I want to draw a lion, and then they were like, how many different combinations of lions can I put together? And then it resulted in this. This is ridiculous. Why do these are
Look at this
floor.
one? Can we put this one on the screen? Can we put this fucking one on the screen?
Don't put a lazy
Are
lion
you
on the
kidding
screen.
me?
Someone owns that, Slap.
Someone owns that.
You can't do that.
Someone's gonna fucking ban us off the internet
Dude,
for right-clicking this shit.
How fucked up is it that I looked up lazy lion and got image results?
Oh, that is
Looked up lazy.
Fucking ban us off the internet for right-clicking this shit.
How fucked up is it that I looked up lazy lion and got image results?
Oh, that is pretty funny.
Oh shit, bro.
Isn't that fucked up, dude?
Part of the reason why I think that people like these NFTs so much is how the NFT, the most popular one, OpenSea, operates. Is that when you click on one of these NFTs, it'll show you there's a little properties drop down thing, and then it has like certain traits. That the specific NFT has that tells you how rare it is.
My lazy lion smoking on that 0.12% rarity weed.
Exactly.
He's got his mouth out in the Ahegao pose, which 5%, only 5% do that.
Man, I hate even drawing attention to this, but
man.
now I'm on the OpenSea, and now I've got to see what's going on
If
here.
you bought one of these, in August of this year, and then just waited until now, like on some of these like floor, quote unquote, floor lions, I bet is what they call them.
Floor lions.
You could have bought one.
Let's get everyone in on the ground floor, guys. Send it to your friends. Let's get them all in on the ground floor, guys.
You could have bought one for like 0.11 Ethereum, and now they're like worth like these are on sale for like one. Like you could have made like $4,000 in 2 months. That's more than most people make in a month in 2 months. $4,000.
Ted, is your camera okay, dude? I think you stole someone's NFT and now they're DDoSing you.
Oh, am I frozen?
You're something.
Ted, you've just committed a cybercrime.
Ted, would you download a car?
No.
Oh my God. That's what this is, dude.
Can't.
They warned us
that
forever
is so
ago.
true.
This is downloading a fucking car. They warned us in all those theaters, in all those movies, right at the beginning. They told us. They said you wouldn't. And we fucking spit in the face of God, and we said we would. Yeah, and now we're downloading cars. We're burning down the forest.
I bet there's pictures of McLarens out there on OpenSea that people. If you guys don't, okay, I need to kind of explain this, but if you don't know what OpenSea is, it's the marketplace where a lot of people buy NFTs. NFT stands for non-fungible token. Have no idea what the fuck that means, but that's what it stands for. And
just got an NFT of a mushroom. Looks pretty fungible to me.
Hey, Charlie, when you making some Slime Story NFTs?
People thought it was, dude. People actually thought. Like I mean, Grace came up to me at one point, and she was like, because it was interesting seeing what people thought Slime Story was before I released it, right?
Right.
Because I wanted it to kind of be this cool like world building thing first, and sort of product second. And
congrats on the launch, by the way.
Thank you. Oh my God. Hey guys, as well, if you're listening, I'm gonna steal the space to plug it for a second. Go to slimestory.com. I've been working these past few months to basically create what is this little like kind of slice of an imaginary world full of these little cute slimes. We've got hoodies, shirts, plushies, and every order you make.
Looks great.
Plants a tree as well. I've partnered with a local charity here in Vermont, so
nice.
pretty cool, yeah. But people thought that it was an animated thing. People thought it was a game, and people thought it was fucking NFTs. And I just want to say that if you have somehow like watched any of my stuff so far and think that I would do NFTs, it's very, very strange to me.
Slad and I did a little bit of NFTs.
Yeah, we did a little brick.
Dude, I fuck with the bricks. I'm hella bullish on bricks, but bricks only, dude.
Yeah.
Bricks only.
I like the
bricks.
Hey,
dude, to get on someone's got to build the ground floor everyone else gets in on. Isn't that beautiful?
I love the fucking bricks. The bricks for no reason. I was just like, I'm picking one that is such a joke. I'm just going to buy a couple bricks. And I'm just in it for the culture. I'm not going to sell them or anything. It's just funny to be able to say that I own a fucking brick image.
Well, that's why I was with it too, because when you sent those to me and I was like, what is this? This is pretty funny.
For one day on Twitter, everyone was just freaking out about bricks.
But then I looked it up also before I bought mine. And apparently that NFT project was made to make fun of other NFT projects. Where it's like, we're going to make 500 bricks.
Is that like... When does it become not? I don't know. I also think it's kind of
spoken like someone who doesn't own a brick, dude.
Yeah, that's
Get
true.
the fuck out of here.
I don't think I would.
Looks at you posting
literally
a brick,
just
says,
a brick.
No.
It's literally just a brick, bro. It's just a brick.
That's a good bit. Pays $20,000.
That wasn't $20,000. I did not pay $20,000. I had some extra Ethereum lying around. No, but I don't think I would really get involved in NFTs. It was I was having a really good time that day. I don't know if I was on crack. I don't know if I was on meth, but I was having.
I wouldn't say that.
I was having a very good day on Twitter. And
you changed your profile picture to the brick. I saw that
on my second account. Yeah, a little bit of I was doing a little bit of an NFT moment. Dude, the amount of people though that got into my replies after the brick situation was ridiculous. There was so many, because I don't know what it is with NFT people on Twitter.
The NFT bros, yeah.
Oh my God.
That's how all those communities grow.
Annoying.
It's just for people on Twitter just constantly spamming shit. With their lazy lion profile.
Yeah, people were in my replies and they were like,
nice
you gotta check out this
emoji.
NFT project.
Awesome.
This one's gonna grow real good. And it's like, this is the same thing as like, I mean, it's very clearly a bubble.
This is just lazy lions but with dogs instead.
It's the bubble of bubbles that I've ever seen. It's like everyone's NFTs are just gonna go crashing down to zero, and nobody's gonna know.
I really think that there's a time and place for blockchain shit. Like I think Web3 or whatever they're calling it, right? I think that will be a thing soon.
Oh, yeah,
the metaverse, the metaverse will be a thing, but it scares me. And I've had someone say to my face before, this happened not too long ago. He said, Schlatt, in the future, no one will care about your Mercedes-Benz that you own. They will care about the Mercedes-Benz NFT you own in the metaverse. And I looked at him and I said, yes, you're right. And then I got into my Mercedes and I drove away.
And then I pulled up my picture of a Mercedes-Benz and ran away at full speed.
This was a conversation I had in real life with an acquaintance of mine who we probably all know. I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to say who it is, but it has been said to me. It has been said to me.
I have had friends that I have not expected come out of the woodwork and send me.
Without joking, they weren't saying that just to say that. It was like they genuinely believed what was coming out of their mouth.
I think Smart's grand vision. And I just see like these presentations by like, did you see the Facebook thing about the metaverse and them changing their name to Meta and all that?
I think
and Mark's grand vision of this whole thing, and I can't help but remember that. You remember that fucking image of like the dude with you know how there's a big movement that propaganda against VR about jacking yourself in with these goggles, right?
And where all the ads pop up, right?
Yeah. I remember that image of like the dude in a dark room on a mattress on the floor, just laying in the corner, slumped over, and his
dilapidated
VR goggles are just the only light in the room. And I'm just like, yeah, that's the world where I'm gonna have my Mercedes NFT, bro. It's just it scares me immensely, and the problem is like, yeah, there's gonna be people who are like, no, dude, you just don't understand. You just don't understand. But then if like, how is that the market? Like your marketing is so bad right now. You got these fucking bullshit lazy lions, and that's what's leading the charge, man. My 2 cents. My 2 cents. I think it will be useful. I think it will be.
It's not about the lazy lions, right? It's about the market. It's not about.
Well, people are going to go where there's money, and people get really, really excited about little tiny photos of cartoon lions making you an incredible amount of money. Like no matter what, like there's always going to be like a group of people that knows what's going on with the NFTs, and then there's going to be all those people that are the second market movers that are just trying to do their best. They're like, oh, they're looking for the next X, the next, the next Bitcoin or whatever the fuck. So it's gonna, I don't know. It's kind of like, it feels.
It will genuinely be useful at some point. I think the block.
Axes you could click in the middle and like do a trackball thing, scale, exact same thing, scale it like that. But again, I recommend loaning the hotkeys, which you can loan just by hovering over it. And G, I, which is back and forwards, and then Z, which is up and down. Some 3D softwares call the y-axis the up and down, but Blender's it's the Z, the blue one. Alternatively, you can also, as you're moving it, if you hold down on your mouse, on your scroll wheel, if you push in, that's called the middle mouse button, push in until it clicks, and just hold that, and you can see you get this little line that draws out, and then you can just drag it to the nearest line, nearest axis, and it will automatically snap to that, which is really handy. Pretty cool. Not too bad. Okay, so that's moving things. Now, the other two actions that are really common is rotate and scale. And you can, again, you could use the tool just by clicking here, and then you can, you know, rotate it on a specific axis. You could click in the middle and like do a trackball thing. Scale, exact same thing. Scale it like that. But again, I recommend learning the hotkeys, which you can learn just by hovering over it. Yeah, the hotkey for this one. So where it says shortcut, shift, spacebar, it's technically true. You could activate it from this little menu here if you hit shift spacebar, but it's the one after that, R. Really easy to remember, R for rotate. Okay, so rotate, and then you can hit the letter of the axis as well, or do that same holding the middle mouse button. Oh, that's weird. Maybe because I did it after tapping it. Anyways, and then you've got scale, which is hovering over it, S for scale. Okay, S, X, Y, and Z, like that. And if you want to cancel a movement, you can hit escape, or you can just right click as well, and that'll also cancel the movement. But yeah, so you can see you could do quite a lot just with those few little movements there. Okay, so that's how you move stuff about. Now, let's talk about the next thing you probably want to learn is like, how do I actually move my view? Like, how could I look and explore the rest of the scene? And that is also done with your middle mouse button. Okay, so if you click in on your scroll wheel until it clicks, you are orbiting. That is how you orbit. And my laptop people with trackpads, you are panicking right now because you've just realized you don't have a middle mouse button. You can do it in a pinch by going to the top right-hand corner. There's a little gizmo. And if you just click and drag on that, you can see that you are able to free rotate around. Alternatively, you can also go Edit Preferences, and then underneath Input, if you click Emulate 3-button mouse, this will enable you to, holding down Alt, if you then hold down left click, it just does the same thing as the middle mouse button, which is pretty cool. So, holding down Alt, if you then hold down left click, it just does the same thing as the middle mouse button, which is pretty cool. It's not bad. Whilst you're here, by the way, you might also, which is pretty cool. It's not bad. Whilst you're here, by the way, you might also, depending on the size of your screen, you might want to change the resolution, because by default it's 1, which on my 4K monitor, you can see that my buttons and the text is really small. And if you crank it all the way up, you can get it to something comfortable. 0.4 or 5 is what I would normally go for. And by the way, I'm snapping it, like as you're dragging. dragging something, if you hold down control, it's using incremental numbers. So it keeps it to like a whole number. I'd normally go like 1.4 if I was using it myself, but it's a tutorial, so I'll keep it big so you guys can see what I'm getting at. Cool. And another thing, just while I'm here, just mentioning, some of you are from other 3D software, 3ds Max, Maya, that kind of thing. You might find it helpful to know there's an industry compatible key map that you could enable, which will, I'll put them up on the screen here, but it's basically, it's more common keyboard shortcuts if you're used to other software. But for this tutorial series and everyone else, I recommend sticking to the Blender one because, of course, all the hotkeys and everything you'll learn whilst learning Blender will be for this hotkey thing. Anyways, all right, okay, so that's orbiting. Okay, now you can see as I orbit around, it's like locked on to my middle of my screen here. Okay, if I want to move somewhere else, that is pan, which is shift middle mouse button. Okay, now I'm shifting my view to somewhere else where I could pan around that place and shift again. And if you're on a trackpad, you could also use this, move the view, this little hand icon thing at the top there. Do invest in a mouse, please. You will need it for 3D. You really should get a mouse. It's going to be tough. The other thing that I'm doing right now is I'm using the scroller to zoom in and out. You can also use this little magnifying glass up there, or hold down control. You can also use right now is I should get a mouse. It's going to be tough. The other thing that I'm doing right now is I'm using the scroller to zoom in and out. You can also use this little magnifying glass up there, or hold down control, and then again click in on the middle mouse, and that will use a smooth movement rather than the scroll wheel, which is quite jaggedy. Smooth movement, hold down control, and you can also use this little magnifying glass up there, or hold down control, and then again click in on the middle mouse, and that will use a smooth movement rather than the scroll wheel, which is quite jaggedy. Okay, cool. So let's say you've moved the cube all the way over there. Like, okay, so you could, if you wanted to go and inspect your cube, you could, work your way over there by using shift middle mouse button to pan over there. But it is far easier to just learn the hotkey number pad period, which will focus on any selected object. So if I want to go to my camera over there, I can select my camera, and number pad period will take me over to there. Again, my laptop users are going, oh no, I don't have a number pad. All right. The alternative way to do it is hold down the tilde key, which is that weird key underneath your escape key you've probably never used before. That brings up a pie menu with a bunch of view options, and view selected is focus. View selected will take you there.